This stock is the next Tesla.
Forget about Square. Buy this stock that's going to 10x in the next 2 weeks.
I just bought this stock at $2, but my price target for it by the summer is $50.
I'm already up 10,000% in a day on this stock. You should buy it too.
This
Forget
stock's
about
only
Apple or
$1.
Tesla.
This is $3
Buy this $2 stock.
Well, what is going on, guys? Luke here today, and we need to have a serious talk about what is going on with the stock market right now. I'm only talking about it because you guys need to be aware of what's going on, and hopefully you haven't already fallen into this. And if you are stuck in it, don't worry about it or panic. There's still plenty of time to get out, and I'll tell you exactly what I'm doing and why in this market. So let's have some fun today, and all I ask for in return is that you gently, just ever so gently, tap that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And seriously, I need the early thumbs up here, as I'm sure this video may upset a few people. Now, I've been hinting at this for a month, maybe 2 months now, but the market has absolutely made a shift that signals trouble for some stocks in the market, but not all the stocks. We have a third round of stimulus checks coming in the spring possibly. You have the economy getting started back up as the vaccines roll out, and a bunch of other good stuff like that. And yes, I agree, some of that is already priced in. But I do think the market will continue its trend up through the summer. And then after that, it may really stagnate for the rest of the year and take a breather. And honestly, we need a breather after last year. Having done this over 20 years, some years it crashes like in 2008, and some years it's just bonkers ridiculous like the market was after March last year. I mean, the gains were just insane. Most years, and even great years, the gains were considered modest by today's new standard that everyone seems to have now. And let me give you a couple of examples to show you what should be expected in the market. Warren Buffett averages just over 20% a year in returns. That's one of the best averages ever. Cathie Wood, after the crazy incredible year she had last year, only sees a 20% return in 2021. Most years the market doesn't return that much. So even if it only returns 10% a year, that's still a solid year. But both of those examples and most other large investors only invest in certain parts of the market. And if they are exposed to the part of the market I'm worried about, it's only about 1% or so of their portfolio. So they don't have a lot of exposure to that risk. And that's the part of the market that I'm worried about and that I think will eventually have a huge crash. And guess what? It won't make the news because none of those stocks influence the major indexes, and big players on Wall Street only take nibbles at these stocks like we just talked about, so it won't hurt their portfolios either. If you think the stock market returns last year are normal, and it's as easy as it was in 2020 to pick 10x stocks moving forward, and you will be one of the folks that's chasing yield this year. And chasing yield is a critical concept you need to understand, and it's always the crux of any crash. So what exactly is chasing yield? Well, I kind of give you the stealthy short version of it. It's when investors continue to chase investments that can provide a high return regardless of the risk. They just continue to get riskier and riskier and riskier with their bets, chasing that higher and higher yield. If you are expecting to 3x or 5x your money this year, well, guess what? Your options on stocks that can do this are very limited and much riskier than last year. Last year, if you bought Tesla, you 5x'd your money or more. If you bought Apple, you doubled your money, and a host of other great companies had crazy returns. The problem? Who here, outside of the Tesla bull, thinks that Tesla will be at $3,500 by the end of this year? And that's the problem right there. Last year, the companies returning those massive numbers were all great companies that were on a discount that are incredible long-term hold companies. And as they slow down a bit, because they go from undervalued to fair valued, and even now some of them you're paying a premium for, people start chasing yield or trying to find the next 10x stock. So money-seeking 10x opportunities move from incredible companies like Tesla and Apple and all those to the next level of great growth stocks like Square and other companies like that. Companies primed to break out, and they finally broke out big. But again, does anybody see Square 5xing again to over $1,000 per share this year? Probably not, if I had to guess. And because of that, the money continues to move further down the food chain and further down the food chain to where it is now, which is firmly in speculative territory. And this is where the danger comes in. And here's the proof that the danger is here right now. 9,900% daily gains is not normal. It's hyper speculative. Oh yeah, and an even funnier fact, there were 6 stocks that did that or better on Thursday alone. And here's more fun facts for you. In December, more than 1 trillion with a T, shares of penny stocks were traded. And I'm willing to bet that the big spike in volume is due to regular retail investors like you and I. And check this out. Just last week, almost 4 billion with a B, billion shares of Healthier Choice Management Corporation, a $21 million company that trades at less than a penny per share. I don't even know how to say that. That's how many shares changed hands. Electrical appliance company Service Team, valued at $2.7 million with a stock price of, again, a lot less than a penny, saw 2 billion shares move. For comparison, fewer than 90 million shares of Apple moved, while volume on Tesla didn't surpass 35 million. And if you don't think the sharks aren't involved in these forums and these YouTube channels and everything else, and it's just like-minded people trading information getting ahead of everyone, this article proves otherwise. And I'll end this little spot with this article right here, which pretty much sums up how ridiculous it all is. People are taking stock picking advice from a paid spokesperson who was on a reality TV show and got paid $300 to mention the stock. And of course, the stock went up like 250% after this person mentioned it. It's absolutely ridiculous. When you're buying Apple or Tesla, there is a large pool of buyers looking to buy and hold, and they are great companies to hold long term because they're incredible, profitable companies. I mean, looking at a company like Apple, it's really super low risk. But who here is buying a penny stock to hold for the next 10 years? If it 10x's tomorrow and then the next day it drops 50%, are you taking profits or are you still holding? Having seen this before, you're probably selling, and so is everyone else. That is how these stocks work because they are speculative. Not growth, not up and coming, they are speculative. These are not great profit beasts. These are potentially profitable companies who are years away from being anywhere close to square, much less Apple or Tesla. When I hear someone say to me a stock with only $20, $30, $40 million worth of revenue, and it loses money every quarter and is on the verge of being delisted or bankrupt, but that person insists that this stock is the next Tesla or the next Square, I'm sorry, I just cannot help but laugh because you might as well tell me that Nikola is going to bankrupt Tesla with all their awesome stuff. This was happening very quietly before and just in pockets. But now there are huge YouTube channels and Reddit forums and all kinds of other online stuff dedicated to these type stocks. And the echo chamber is loud and people are making money. And that, my friends, is a dangerous combination. This is called speculative trading, not investing, and I want no part of it. Everyone is a genius in these type of markets until the music stops. And when it stops, the fall is hard and fast, and no one will care because you are playing in the fringes of the market itself. That part of the market is patrolled by sharks and suckers. Is there money to be made there? Absolutely there is. There are people that trade those type stocks for a living and make a very good living. Will some of those stocks become great? Yeah, but it's only going to be a few at most. Most are going to fail epically. And let me ask you a question. Is wealth typically built trading in penny stocks or buying and holding great companies over the long term? Now, will I stop investing just because I think this is what's going to happen? No, of course not. Nobody can time the market, and it's a fool's errand to try. However, I will not be as bold with my bets as I was last year, and I will be doing the opposite of what most of the YouTube community is doing and staying away from these speculative bets and, these supposed 10x stocks. Last year, I was able to get massive discounts on incredible stocks like Apple, Amazon, and others, just like the video I got coming to you guys tomorrow. That's another beaten down, undervalued stock. But I am being much more judicious with what I'm buying, and honestly, since December, my cash position is the largest it has been in some time. And that's probably how I will carry my cash moving forward into 2021. I will still be buying, but just not like last year unless a massive opportunity comes up. And I can guarantee you I will be staying away from all the speculative bets for sure. So hopefully you appreciated the honesty and keep investing, and tomorrow's video will cover another stock I just bought that is a great company and I got it at a great discount. But just understand the market dynamic is changing, and if you are in some of those riskier stocks like penny stocks, you need to be very careful. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.